Time now for the black and white take with Justin Sofer
And I don't know who I have to please sexually. You don't need a Legri to jerk you off. I will whore myself out for anybody.
and Julian Gennady.
He is very raw.
I just slide into bed and she doesn't even know.
It might be long, it might be kind of cringe, but I'm still going to do it anyway.
Pleasing you.
I'm good.
I hope you're proud of yourself because what you've done is proved without a shadow of a doubt you are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
This is the black and white take with Justin Sofer and Julian Gennady on the Bianconeri Zone.
Ciao everybody, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone live at 5:30. Sorry for the little technical issue. I don't know what the heck was going on before, but we were planning to start at 5, but here we are now, 5:30. Today we are talking match day 5 against Fiorentina away. That game is tomorrow. Anas, no idea what happened. Sorry, we're going through the comments right away, but I have no idea what happened. Hello, Charlie. How's it going? We are going to be previewing match day 5, Fiorentina away, 9 a.m. kickoff in Canada, where I am in Toronto, Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. kickoff in Torino, well, in CEST time. So we're traveling to the Artemi Franchi. We're going to be previewing that, doing that or tee-off game, and we'll be discussing, I guess we don't have to discuss the Mercato anymore, but we do have more information from where we left off yesterday, so we might as well put a bow on the Mercato and just talk about that right before we get into any preview stuff. But before we do anything, I see that there's 8 people in here. Thank you for the half an hour after tune in. It is Mail It In Friday, so give us a like, give us a subscribe if you haven't already, and let's talk about Juventus and where we go from here. So yesterday, we did as a channel a 7-8 hour transfer deadline day show. It was good. There was an interview with a journalist, Ben Jacobs, that has been clipped and it is now on our channel. So go check that out. It's pretty good. He's very insightful as always. And we discussed the Rabiot, De Ligt, Zakaria deals and failed deals. Okay, so talking about Zakaria and talking about Premier League transfers. Zakaria and Arthur loaned out on deadline day, at the last seconds of deadline day. We thought the Arthur Melo deal was going to be just a dry loan. We thought the Dennis Zakaria deal was just going to be a dry loan plus an option. But if we go to the later on in the transfer day or deadline day yesterday, we went to the Juventus official deals. We go to the PDF, the club statements, and we read Arthur Melo has been transferred to Liverpool Football Club for 4.5 million euros as a onerous loan fee. And then you look at that and you say, wow, that's excellent. And then you continue to read the rest of the deal. If Liverpool decide to trigger that deal and decide to buy him, it's for another 37.5 million euros. And you're thinking, why would Liverpool ever trigger that deal or sign the player after the loan? Who knows? Maybe Arthur balls out. Maybe Arthur balls out and and Liverpool decide, hey, we like this player. It would be beneficial to both parties. So that was the first bit of good news. You gotta always read the club statements, because throughout the day, Fabrizio Romano, the most trusted source on the planet, he said that it was just going to be a dry loan. You always have to read the club statements for the little intricate details of the deals, and this is how we came about it. This is how other news reporters came about it. 4.5 million euros for Arthur Melo for a loan, potentially 37.5 million to buy. Excellent deal for a player that was never playing, for us anyway. Now we go to Dennis Zakaria. You got to read the fine print. We were just under the impression, loan deal with an option to buy for £30 million. So So again, read the club statement on Juventus's account, our Twitter account, and you see it is a 3 million onerous loan deal. So we get 3 million no matter what. If Chelsea, it is still an option, but if Chelsea decide to buy, it's for 28 million euros plus bonuses, equaling up the total deal if they sign Zakaria up to 35 million euros. So firstly, I know deadline day is very hard to keep track of, and we were obviously following just the top names and top reporters in their own right as well. So we were reporting that to you, whoever was watching yesterday, and it turns out we got 2 really good deals out of the way. We sold, or we loaned out 2 players. We made 7.5 million euros out of it, and we move on. We have 7 midfielders still at the club. Obviously, Pogba's hurt, and Rabiot's hurt, and we'll get into that in a bit when we do our preview. But just to tie, like I said, a bow on the Mercato. Can't complain about the deals yesterday, the outgoings. It looked not great at the beginning, but at the end, we see why they did it. We see why Juventus made those transactions. So hello, Jockey Bro, one of our members. How's it going? Hello, Aldo. Hello, excuse me, Enzo. I will answer some questions in a bit, especially Trelly's question about the FFP, because I'll comment on that as well. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you like it. And there's a poll. It's a very easy poll to answer. Did you smash the like? So if you answer that poll, you better smash the like. So there you go. There you go. Also, again, I find myself on the channel again doing another live. Yeah, and Misak's bringing up a great point. He's saying you're still alive after the 7 hours. I'm by myself again. How does this happen? How does this keep happening? It's like I don't want to make a joke out of. I don't want to go down that path. I was going to make a joke, but I don't want to go down that path. We're here to talk about Juventus. So from this point on, before we start the preview, let's transition to Trey Lee's question, and I'm going to bring it up on the big screen here because I believe it's a good question and relevant to today's news. So there you go. Why do we get fined for financial fair play? So today, UEFA gave us a fine. And there's 8 other teams. There was PSG, there was Milan, there was Inter, whatever. There's other teams involved too. And Juventus was... Actually, I can find the number right now. I have the number. What am I doing? So, we got fined... Definitely in a definite amount of, where is it? 3.5 million euros. UEFA fined us 3.5 million euros for breaching financial fair play regulations. And that's a culmination of 3 years. So for a 3-year period, we didn't make enough money to balance what we spent. Got it. Noted, we cannot sell players. That's us. We suck at it, and we've sucked at it for years. It's not a new revelation. Although we are getting a little bit better with Zakaria and Arthur potentially selling, and then Kulusevski deal is pretty good. Bentancur deal is pretty good. So the new management looks like they're doing a decent job. But we'll see. But there's 8 teams involved, so I'll just name them off. Monaco, Marseille, Besiktas, Milan, Juventus, Inter, Roma, and PSG all got docked money. Fine, I get it. And then if we don't follow the regulations in the next whatever time they search us for, it's going to cost us 23 million euros if we cannot keep up with the regulations. That would be an issue. I don't know if management's thinking. Oh, they have to be thinking about it, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what the next step is if we do make another mistake during FFP. Because if we make another mistake, are we fined and then we're kicked out of Europe? I don't know how that works. We'll see. Hopefully we're not in that situation, but the people... I tweeted this out today as well, this chart that I had. Go look at my Twitter account, @Gennady151. I tweeted this chart out. And then people asked me about Premier League teams and why they don't why don't they get banned, or not banned, or they don't get fined and whatnot. It's because they do a better job of selling, firstly. Secondly, I didn't like what UEFA put in their settlement statement. I didn't like that at all. They put that these teams had, these Premier League teams, especially like Man City, Chelsea, they named a couple others, they weren't fined because they had so many, such a bad loss of revenue during COVID. And when I read that, I was like, are you effing kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? Because poor teams, like Juventus is one of them that lost loads of money. And we've seen, it's a publicly traded company. We've seen their finances, their accounts. And it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of money Juventus lost. I haven't checked Chelsea's accounts. I'm not crazy. I have a life. But I haven't checked Chelsea's accounts. I haven't checked Man City's accounts. But I think they all lost at least the same amount of revenue. If not, they didn't lose as much because they got new money coming in from TV deals. So I don't buy that excuse at all. I don't buy that excuse 1 minute. So I get it if in the event of like Man City not being a part of FFP because they've actually sold well during their time on the market. Chelsea haven't sold well and they spent 260 mil. So next year if they do the same thing, I'm really going to question what's going on. And mind you, Chelsea did sell off like 50 million worth of players this year. But it's strange. It's a strange concept, FFP. I understand why we're there. I do understand why we're there because we suck at selling. Our revenue's not as good. And we have to buy. We bought players still. We still have incoming players, so I get it. Next year, I think with the Delit sale, it might be a little bit better, especially with the Kulusevski sale as well. We might be a little bit more not competent, in line with the rules and regulations. So we'll see with that. But we got docked $3.5 million today, and we'll see. We'll see going forward. And I saw other follow-up things on this. Aldo saying, so we managed our money better than them, but we got fined, but not them. No, we didn't manage. Technically, we did not manage our money better. Also, I know Barcelona's not on there as well. I can't believe no one's asked about Barcelona. But Barcelona's not on there as well because, again, they sold half their existence. So that's why they're not on there. So there you go. We'll take off the FFP talk now because it is BS. It is a bunch of BS at the end of the day. I saw another question about right before we discussed the Rabiot thing. Enzo saying, do you think Rabiot could leave in January? Again, I spoke to Ben Jacobs yesterday, a journalist from CBS Sports. I did an interview with him. Again, I'm going to plug it in anyway. Again, go on our channel. It's up there. By itself. It's not part of the 6-hour live stream. It's by itself. It's 23 minutes. Go check it out. He's really good at what he does. And I asked him about Rabiot. And I asked him about Manchester and Rabiot. And he went on a long spiel about Rabiot didn't want he didn't like the city of Manchester. He's been there before because he was on Man City's youth setup. He wanted more money to compensate what he thought was fair for him to live in Manchester and to play with that team. And at the end of the day, you understand, but it would have been nice if he actually went to Manchester United. So Ben Jacobs does a great job explaining the Rabiot situation. I don't think he'll leave in January. There's no point. If someone's going to go out of the way to spend money again, like a Spanish team, I think he'll go, but I don't think a Spanish team's going to come for him. So there you go. Hello, Rafaelo. I think you're one of our members as well. Olaf is asking a question. I know Cuadrado has been rubbish so far, but do you think he could still work as a right back? I think, we'll get into this after too. But first thoughts on Cuadrado: that dude's not a right winger anymore. He can't beat his man to save his life. So I think Cuadrado should be pushed as a right back. And again, I think Cuadrado should be a bench player. He should not be the starting right back. He should be a right back against Salernitana at home. That's when he should play right back. He should spell off Danilo. He should not, he's not good enough to defend in big games. He's not good enough to attack in big games. So it's easier for him to be a right back against a lesser team when he has time and space to make the, I'm not going to say correct pass. So we'll see. But I'm not a fan of Cuadrado anymore. Yeah, okay. So Aldo saying I saw Barcelona on the list. I'm sure I did. They're not a team. So if we're going back to financial fair play, they're not a team that got fined. They're being watched. I'm putting this lightly. They're being watched by UEFA. It's such BS, but whatever. Hello, Dominique. How's it going? Enzo saying, I wish we can get a backup right winger in January. You know, used to be a right winger who was actually really good, and Max Allegri hated for some reason, Dejan Kulusevski. And I tweeted this out yesterday too, but I'm going to make this point. Just because there's been so much roster turnover in the past season or year, calendar year. We've lost Dybala, we've lost Ronaldo, we've lost De Ligt, we've lost Zakaria, we've lost Bentancur, we've lost Chiellini, we've lost everybody you can think of. The biggest regret I have is Dejan Kulusevski. Don't tell me the coach didn't like him. I understand why he was sold. I get it. That is still my biggest regret out of all those players that left. He really didn't ask to leave, publicly at least. He was still a very good talent. People just had an issue with the way he was athletically, and he was not used right by the coach. So, and again, since we started the channel, I was a big fan of his, and I bought his jersey and all that stuff because I thought he was going to be a baller. Well, I was right. He is a baller, but I thought he would be a baller with us. Also, sorry, before I have a guest lined up as well for a future show about the youth team and Juventus's youth products. So I have a special guest for that lined up. I think we're going to do that when the first international break happens. But I know Hanin, one of our members, is a big proponent of the youth sector, and I think she'll enjoy that one. But anyone who else enjoys youth talk and the players coming up from the next gen team, the U19s Youth League team, I have a special guest lined up. We saw today that they won 3-2 today, the U19s. So the youth sector at Juventus is actually getting very good, and they're doing very well. And it's becoming a big topic of conversation amongst Juventini. Rafael is saying, thoughts on the interest of Evan Nditsa for the January Mercato. If you want to do a Zakaria type deal with Eintracht Frankfurt for Nditsa, will Nditsa want to do that? Because now we have a reputation for signing a player on the cheap and selling them right away. We have that reputation now because we just did it with Zakaria. We sold Kulusevski a year and a half into his tenure as a Juventus player. I get it. Sometimes it needs to be done, but players don't think like that. Players think, if I don't perform right away, they might sell me again, or they might want me out right away. And some players don't want that. Some players wouldn't appreciate that. So now we got to think of that. Now we got to think of that when we're identifying players. Will Evan Nditsa come? I think he still will because he wants to move on from Frankfurt. But it depends also who's in the market for him. Because if Premier League team X that is 7th, let's say it's a West Ham, come in for Evan Nditsa and they offer Frankfurt 20 million euros in January, are we getting Evan Nditsa? No, we're not. Unless he says, nah, Eintracht, don't sell me. I want to go for free in the summer. And Eintracht's going to say, wow, you bent us over there, buddy. So, I don't know. People are identifying Sule as the next right winger, which is fine. Again, we're doing great for likes, but so if you haven't liked it yet, like the video. We're doing great for likes, seeing as though there's only 34 people in here. I know tonight was a crazy wait and a crazy start to the stream, but thank you all for joining us on your Friday evenings or nights. Enzo really likes Badiashile. Milan want Indica as well. Aldo saying Moretti has been really impressing me. He has moments of brilliance in him. He just needs to work on his consistency, but super impressed with his confidence for his age. Is he a starter until Pog back? Yeah, let's just get into it, because let's just get into the preview, because I have the starting lineup. I'm gonna bring it up now. I'm gonna just move over a bit here. And where is it? There it is. This is our starting lineup according to Romeo Agresti for tomorrow morning. We don't see Moretti. First and foremost, Moretti isn't there. So going back to what I believe Aldo was saying about Moretti, I don't know why. I in my personal opinion, I would have assumed Allegri would not have started Moretti on Tuesday against PSG. That would have made more sense in my mind in that scenario. Do I think Moretti not starting tomorrow means he won't start Tuesday? It blows my mind. I'm actually baffled. Because you'd think if Moretti's being rested, he's going to play Tuesday night, which is crazy, but it's not crazy for me and you, the fan, because we know what Moretti is. It's crazy for us to think that Allegri's actually thinking that he's going to start Moretti against PSG. I think it's the right thing to do. I think this is the right thing to do if that's the big plan for Tuesday. But at the same time, if he's being benched 2 games in a row, I don't get that at all. Because we still need as many points as possible in the league. Like tomorrow, we can't throw away 2 points or 3 points. We can't throw that away. And that starting lineup, McKennie offers nothing so far this season. We've never seen Milik start for Juventus. We've never seen Paredes as a Juventus player. So that's even crazy that he's starting. That's even crazy that Paredes is starting. When has Max Allegri ever gotten a signing and start? Oh, okay, that's a lie. Because no, I'll take that back. Because when has Max Allegri ever started a player when they've signed that player 2-3 days before the next game? Vlahovic and Zakaria in the winter had a week to practice with the team, and then they started the next game after they were signed. But when have we ever seen, like, Paredes signed on Wednesday, playing Saturday? I've never seen Allegri do that before. So I'm happy that he's going to start, but at the end of the day, I've never seen it. And in that lineup, that attacking 3, they're all new. They're all new players. Milik's played 2 games. Di Maria's played 2 games. Kostic has played like 3 games. Or 4 games. As Juventus players. Like, it's crazy. I don't even know if they all know their first names yet. Like, does Milik know Kostic's name is Philip? I have no idea. They've been here for no long amount of period of time. It's actually crazy when you think about it. But yeah, that's our starting lineup or starting 11 tomorrow. I'm gonna ask you fans, or you viewers, not fans. Oh, you are fans, but I'm gonna ask you viewers. What do you guys? What would you rate this team out of 10? And do you agree with this lineup? If you agree with this lineup, then you're gonna rate it 9 or 10 out of 10. Do you agree with Moretti not starting tonight or tomorrow? And do you agree with resting Vlahovic as well? Because again, we have Danilo starting center back. When you have Gatti right there, you have Gatti right there. I thought Gatti was pretty good. I thought Gatti and Bremer were actually very solid against Spezia. I don't see why Gatti again. Like, we got to put this into perspective as well. We know, or not we know, but like Fiorentina are a team that haven't scored a goal in 2 games. No. When was the last time? I'm trying to think of Fiorentina's last goal they scored. They lost 1-0 to. They lost 1-0 to Udinese. They drew 0-0 to Napoli. They lost it, or they drew Twente in the Conference League stuff. They haven't scored a goal since matchday 1. And a lot of people are clamoring. They're clamoring for Vincenzo Italiano to come coach Juventus. So everyone's talking about the potent offense that, and I said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I said this in our preview show. I know it's still early in the season. I know it's been 4 games only, but I said this in our Serie A preview show. I said, who's scoring goals for Fiorentina? I said, who? And then someone said Jovic. I was like, okay, that cast off from Real Madrid. But yeah, Daniela, what's going on, buddy? Oh, Honey's here. Did you hear me plug in the youth report, that special guest we're gonna have? But she said, she actually makes a really, like, this is a very good point. Personally, I don't like the changing partnership of CB or center backs every game. 100%. 110%. As center backs, you need to know where each other are. All the time. You get a feel for them, your chemistry. Why do you think Bonucci and Chiellini were so good together? Because they played and they grew and they understood where each other were. And they understood each other's games. Bremer is the constant, obviously. But his partner has changed every single game. Hanin's correct. The first game, Rugani. No, first game was Bonucci. Then Rugani. Then Danilo. Then Gatti. Now Danilo. So for tomorrow, I don't understand this constant need for change at center back. Like, does Gatti need a rest? No. Bonucci needs to be protected at all costs at this point with like the fragile packaging around him. Like that, he needs to be wrapped in plastic, in bubble wrap, because Bonucci cannot play tomorrow and Tuesday. That's just he's a no-no at this point in terms of football. He's a no-no. So, and if you're not Italian, a no-no is a grandfather. Just to put that out there. So, is Max Allegri... Also, even to go with that, I would rather play Bonucci tomorrow and not play him... And now I'm just contradicting myself about center-back partnerships. But at this point in time, if Bonucci's ready to rock, you put Bonucci in tomorrow. Not in Sam's chance in hell do you play him against PSG. Honestly, against PSG, I start Gatti. And I know that might be a crazy take. I start Gatti and Bremer. But those guys are no nonsense. Won't take Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe shit. They're athletic enough to keep up with... Well, I'll say they're athletic enough to shepherd Mbappe. Nobody's as fast as Mbappe. Let's get serious. But those two are strong enough and physical enough and no nonsense enough to play against PSG. And I get it's not just about physicality against this team, but that's how I would line up, to be honest, against PSG. And I know we're skipping match day 5 against Fiorentina right now, but Tomorrow I would start Bonucci. Tomorrow should be Bonucci and Bremer, and I wouldn't even think about playing Bonucci against PSG because that guy's unathletic. He's a ghost of himself without Chiellini beside him, and he is a ghost of himself now that he's 34 years old. Can he play out the back still? Yeah. Is he as good as before? No. So that part of the game is diminishing as well. So I would start him tomorrow. I don't agree with this lineup at all because we can't. These are not throwaway games. These are not throwaway points. We need as many points as possible all the time, no matter what, because this league is going to get tight. This league is going to be tight until the very end, and we do not have those game breakers now that we can just say, hey, we're going to win this game regardless. We need the best team possible always. Like Kiese saying here right now. Hanin is saying, for me, Fiorentina is more important than PSG. I agree with you. Almost 100% I agree with you that tomorrow's game is more important than PSG. But at the same time, I don't want to go lose 4-0 and just derail confidence. I don't want to go to the Parc des Princes, get our pants pulled down, and then come back, and then that form continues on for whatever reason, and we drop points in the league. But yes, this team to my right is not looking the best on paper. Those front three have never played together before. Paredes has never played as a Juventus player before. And that back four, I think, is played... Yeah, they played together against Roma. I think. Yeah, that was the back four against Roma. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll read out Fiorentina's potential lineup because I have it here in front of me. This is in no way set in stone. They got Golini in goal, the guy they got from Atalanta. They got Dodo, their new signing, who's been pretty good. Igor, who's solid. Milenkovic, who was linked to us all summer, and Cristiano Biraghi. That is a mid-table backline, and it might be on par with ours at this point. Maybe just missing, like Bremer is the standout. But Fiorentina of Dodo, Igor, Milenkovic, and Biraghi might be better than ours in totality. Their midfield, they're in a 4-3-3, so they got Jack Bonaventura, they got Nordin Amrabat, and they got another new signing, Antonin Barak. So Barak is a nice player, Bonaventura is a nice player, and Amrabat's a nice player. Is our midfield better? Yes. Like... Come on. Paredes, Locatelli, McKennie. Well, even McKennie might be the slow link there, but I think our midfield should still dominate them. We got Paredes for a reason. Bonaventura is injured? Misak saying Bonaventura is injured. Okay. So who else is playing This is Castrovilli's injured. Who will step in at central midfield? Let's take a look at their squad. They got Marco Benassi. Oh, probably Duncan. Maybe Mandragora. That'd be funny. Mandragora started against Juventus with Barak and Amrabat, maybe. Up front, they got Ikone, Jovic, and Sotil, and they also got Nico Gonzalez. They got a good group up front, but they never. It looks all nice until the final product. Kind of opposite of what we do. We don't look nice until we have to score a goal. Even we struggle with that. Yeah, I mean, like I just said, they look very nice up until they get into the 18-yard box. 74% possession last game, no goals. Great. Yeah, Ikone. I said Ikone. I said Ikone, Jovic, and Sotil. I'm just naming you some players, people. I don't know. I'm not Fiorentina zone. I'm not. How do you say purple in Italian? I don't even know how to say purple in Italian. My bad. But I'm not Fiorentina zone. I'm Bianconeri zone. I don't know how they're going to set up tomorrow. I just have a list in front of me here, and I'm trying to make out what I can. But tomorrow is, honestly, like every other game, Viola. That's right. La Viola. That was stupid. That was a brain fart on my part. There you go. Just Juve 2 saying Viola. Everyone's saying Viola. My bad. I forgot for a couple seconds. Jeez. My bad. Haneen saying I watched a few minutes last game. They were doing U-shape. The U-shape we did against Sampdoria. Man, it's a trend now. The classic U-shape. I saw Liverpool was doing it. So if Liverpool's doing it, it must be good. Liverpool started the season really shite. So there you go. Yeah, and another person saying Viola. Okay, I forgot. Like Violet. My bad. What can we expect tomorrow? What can we expect tomorrow in terms of how they play? Well, as people have already been pointing out, Fiorentina like to dictate play, have the ball, play with the ball. They like to overlap with their fullbacks. So Biraghi is going to get forward. Dodo's definitely going to get forward. So are we going to sit back and counter? Most likely. Most likely. We would do that anyway. Oh, Justin, you know what? Just go draft. Go draft the next guy that tears ACL in your NFL draft. Instead, you ditch me for that and you don't even join me for this. Come on. Anyway, Dodo, Biraghi, they're going to be overlapping a lot. Their midfield runs from deep. Barak is creative. He's a very good player up top, or not up top, but like as an advanced midfielder, he's very good. On his day, he reminds me of like an Ilicic. I don't know if you guys remember Ilicic from Atalanta. They just cut him or canceled his contract or whatever. But Barak reminds me of him a little bit in terms of he can create something out of nothing. Again, is Mandragora going to play? Because we know how Mandragora is, what he's like. He's just a combative midfielder. Don't you dare say that, Misaki. He's not a B-Tech Nedved. Nedved was that's a... No, don't even say that. Justin Safaro's he's getting Lamar Jackson as his RB1 in his fantasy draft. I think only him and I would understand that joke. So there you go. But yeah, Jovic up top. What are my thoughts of Jovic? I'm not scared of him, and I'm not really scared of this front three because I've watched them this season. They're not potent. Are they? And now that I say that, I'm going to jinx it, so I'm going to knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. But at the same time, they're all very technically gifted, but there's no end product ever. And we've seen that for the first 4 games of the season. Like we've pointed out, they haven't scored since matchday 1. Right? They're all build up, no finish. Another point I would like to bring up, because this is an important game, we need 3 points. We have not beat Fiorentina at the Franchi since December 2018 in Serie A. I know we beat them last year in the Coppa Italia, but in Serie A we have not beat Fiorentina at the Franchi since December 2018. So it is a tough place to play, especially for Juventus, because their fans absolutely hate us. They think it's a rivalry. We're like, kinda. Same idea with Napoli. Like, Napoli fans think they have a rivalry with us, but like, nah. It's fun. It's fun to banter them, but we don't really care. We want to win the game, obviously, but it's the same idea. Any other interesting facts that I had? In the previous 30 matches, which doesn't mean much because that goes back 15 years. We've won 18 out of the 30 games, so that's 60% of them. They've won 5 of the 30 games, which is 17%, and we've drawn 7, which is 23%. So there you go. Some stats about Juve Fiorentina. As you know, they are our academy. We got Chiesa, Quadrado's played for them. We got Vlahovic from them. Chiellini's played for them. We all know the backstory. Baggio played for them. We know the story with them. That might have something to do with the microaggressions that their fans have. Funny enough, my neighbor across the street is a Fiorentina fan. And he is from that area of Italy. And he always sees me walking out of my house with the Juventus jerseys on. And he always makes a comment. He always goes like this and gives me the yeah. But yeah, it's crazy that there's a Fiorentina fan across the street from me in Hamilton, Ontario. But yeah, I'm going to make sure when I see him tomorrow, if it's a good result, I will say something. If it's not a good result, I might not pop my head open. I might not go outside tomorrow, just in case he's there. So there's that. Fiorentina currently sit 11th in Serie A. They're 1 win, 2 draws, 1 loss. They got 3 goals scored, 4, 3 goals against, and they have 5 points. They're with Sassuolo, Salernitana, a bunch of teams. No, just those 3, or just those 2. On 5 points. We're 5th in Serie A, 2 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses. Oh, Danielle, are you tripping Hamilton? Where are the Canadians at? Okay, so Danielle must know where Hamilton is. I live off the one street I live off of. It's called Barton Street. It's listed as the worst road in Ontario. And Ontario is the most populated province in Canada, and I live off of the worst road in Ontario. So, good stuff. Like I was saying, Juventus are 5th in Serie A, 6 goals for, 1 against, 8 points, tied with Napoli, Milan, and Lazio. We've conceded 1 goal only this year, which is good. It's a very good start. Very good start defensively. In terms of overall... Oh, you're from Sarnia. Do you like the Red Wings? If you like hockey, do you like the Red Wings? Because I love the Red Wings. That'd be great. But going back, sorry. Danielle is keeping me off track here. It's a good start defensively to start the season. 1 goal against in 4 matches, but you still want to see more. You still expect more in terms of creating opportunities, creating stuff. Again, that front 3 tomorrow, they've never played. I just cringed at Daniela's favorite hockey team. That front 3 tomorrow, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't even know if they know each other's names yet, first names. Because I've never seen them play. Milik came last week. Kostic came 2 or 3 weeks ago. Di Maria's been hurt a bit. So we're going to see what happens there. Oh my goodness, Johnny Franks. We're talking about Hamilton here. He's bringing up Hess Village. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Where's my rocket? Where's my DJ air horn? Hess Village. Awesome. It's almost prediction time, but not yet. Don't put your predictions in yet. If you haven't already, you can join our. You can become a member of the Bianconeri Zone, and you can join our prediction league. I think I saw the picture. Do I have the picture? Yeah, I have the picture. Take away the starting lineup right now because it's kind of depressing. If you become a member of the Bianconeri Zone, you have different perks and different things that you can get at different levels. You got the Club Lounge Premium level. You can see the prices there. Consider becoming a member. It's a good time. The best things about it are the Prediction League, the Discord chat, and the wallpapers that we get every month from Alejandro. He does a great job of making those. Also, we have to change some of our emojis because we still see Dalit there. And we have to add an Alejandro little bobblehead. And how you play in the Prediction League is that you guess the result of every match day, And if you get the right result, you get 3 points, and there's standings involved. And if you're first place, you get an official jersey of your choice at the end of the season. It can either be this year's or it could be next year's, and you can wait a bit. You could also, if you're second place, you get €50 off to the Juventus store. Or not $50 off, you get a €50 gift card. And then third place, you get a 1 year free membership at the Bianconeri Zone. So consider doing that. It's fun. Unfortunately, Justin and I are not allowed to compete, even though I throw my prediction in every time. But we're not allowed to compete. I was so close against Spezia. I picked a 1-0 result or 1-0 win with Milik scoring. Unfortunately, Milik scored to make it 2-0. So I almost got a lot of points there. But I think Norbert is still winning. I don't know if Norbert's watching right now, and Hanin's up there as well. So there's that. Tomorrow is another crazy day as well in terms of Serie A football in general. I believe it's the Derby della Modena. Anyway, sorry, I was reading Justin's comment, but it's the Milan Derby tomorrow, as well as Napoli and Lazio. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to say. So let's get into the chat a bit. I'm going to ask the chat what your expectations are for tomorrow. Not the result yet. Don't tell me the result. Okay, so Hanin is saying Giovanni Albanese is saying that this is the lineup for tomorrow. So we have conflicting reports, which is fine. It might be a little more up to date because I haven't looked at Twitter right now or recently. But they have Quadrado starting instead of De Sciglio. Don't give predictions yet, people. Don't give predictions yet. Do not. Just say, what do you expect in the game? So United Fire is saying a win. Good. I don't know. I think for the majority of the game, we are going to sit back and we're going to soak up pressure and we're going to try and counterattack. Di Maria and Kostic have enough pace and creativity. Well, Di Maria has enough creativity. Kostic has enough pace that they might be good on a counterattack. Milik has a good touch up front to hold the ball up. We usually struggle there. So I'm expecting an ugly win. And that's mostly due to how Fiorentina play and how potent their attack is. Because they're going to have the ball for probably 60% of the game and with no real threats on goal. And I think Juventus is just going to counterattack a couple times and score a goal. Wait, time out. What did I miss here? I see Vlavic's name. Oh, I didn't read that properly, Hanin. So, Kostic, Locatelli. So, McKennie's going to... This screams 4-4-2. I'm going to change my whole opinion on what's going to happen if that's the starting 11. What the hell did I just read? What the heck did I just read there? Oh no, that screams 4-4-2, what Albanese said. That screams 4-4-2 with McKennie as a right midfielder. That just changed my whole mood. I'm going to wake up at 8:50 tomorrow morning. Turn on my TV, and watch this. I'm going to watch a 4-4-2 with Milik and Vlahovic and McKennie as a right midfielder. Mohamed's saying it's a 4-3-3 though. It's not. Okay, this is weird. Everyone's saying different things here. He's just making theories. Where's Giovanni Albanese? Where is he? Where's he tweeting this? Probable formation tomorrow. He's usually right on when he does a when he does a starting 11. Transfer news, But starting formations, he's usually on the ball. Again, if I wake up tomorrow morning at 8:50 and I see a 4-4-2 with McKennie as a right midfielder, with Paredes and Locatelli as central midfielders, and Milik and Vlahovic up top, basically the exact same player, with nobody really dropping off to come collect the ball, what are we watching? We are watching us soak up pressure the whole time, and who's countering? Who's leading the counterattack there? Kostic? You're not going to beat a man. There's no creativity in that game. Oh no, that just ruined my mood. Again, obviously, you still should win with that lineup. You still should win, and I'm allowed to call out ugly styles of football, but I'm still going to support my team. But this is going to be ugly tomorrow if we're setting up like that. Like, this is going to be a war. Oof. And I understand, but it does make sense why Cuadrado would be the right back in that situation, because with McKennie, he's going to be tucking in, Cuadrado's going to be bombing down the flank. I understand the concept of what's going to happen in this setup. It's basically a reverse of last year when Rabiot started left midfield, but we didn't have an overlapping left back. At least in this situation, McKennie's going to tuck in, but Cuadrado's going to be bombing down the right-hand flank. So I understand the thought process. I don't agree with it. I'm going to support it. And we're going to see what happens tomorrow. We're going to see what happens tomorrow. Actually, we'll do a fun game here. We're going to do a fun game. Okay, so there's two formations here. We're going to go Team Agresti and Team Albanese. If Team Agresti, if that's the starting lineup tomorrow for Team Agresti, what's the score? If Albanese's team's starting tomorrow, what's the score? I want two different scores. And then when you put your comments in the comment section, I want you to put RA and the score. And then I want you to put a GA and then the score. GA meaning Giovanni Albanese, RA meaning Romeo Agresti. Misak saying either way it's 2-1. Okay, so either way, Misak saying we're winning 2-1. Mr. Dax saying it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Mr. Dax. Long-time listener. Enzo saying I really want to see Kostic connect with a cross tomorrow. Yeah, that'd be great. See, we're getting different results with these two different lineups here. Again, it's not all the Team Albanese is not all doom and gloom. Team Albanese is not all doom and gloom here. There is a thought process. There is a method to the madness there. You put an attacking fullback with a centralized winger in that setup. I get it, but you've been playing a 4-3-3 all season. You've been trying to do that since the start of preseason. I don't like the idea of Milik and Vlahovic, but we'll have to see tomorrow if that's how they start. I don't like the idea of two prime number 9, like just classic number 9s playing beside each other. This isn't 2002. This isn't Manchester United 2002 with Andy Cole and Dwight York. Mohammed, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Let's read out some of these scores here, because I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give my score predictions for both sides. So Fangi Tyrant. Oh, we got a thumbs down. Nice. Fangi Tyrant says Team Agresti 1-0. Enzo saying Agresti 3-0. United Fire saying Romeo 2-1. And then Albanese 3-1 loss. Agresti 2-1 from Aldo, and then 0-0 with Albanese. Fangi Tyrant 0-0 with Albanese. Oh, there's still actually a dislike. That was weird. It changed and then it came back. Don't hate, appreciate. Okay, Niraj is saying 3-1 for Agresti's team. Ryan S is saying Agresti 2-2, Albanese 2-1. So Ryan S likes Albanese's team a bit better. Cool. United Fire saying Agresti 2-1, Albanese 3-1 loss. Homo Vive, Fiorentina 2-1 tomorrow. Di Maria, Jovic, and Saponara to score. Then Allegri will sign him next summer. Nice. That's a good one. Tecmo is saying Agresti 1-1, Albanese 2-0. Okay, so you're saying he likes the left side or Albanese's team better. And then Mohammed saying 2-0. Gedeon Graham is saying no way we win tomorrow, bro. I mean, there is a way. We've seen it in the past. There are ways to win the game. We saw last year in the Coppa Italia, we scrapped through a win, and we probably have a better team now. So there are ways to win. Even there's a way to beat PSG as well, by the way. I'll get into that preview in our next preview on Monday. But there are ways to beat every team in the world. At least I've seen it. I've seen a way. I've seen ways in the footballing world where you could beat these teams. Also, another thing, I'll just plug this in because I'm not going to be here tomorrow or Sunday because of engagement parties and weddings and whatnot. I'm not getting married. I'm done. Don't worry. But there's I have to attend a party tomorrow that I'm in the wedding party for, and then I have another wedding that I'm attending on Sunday, so I don't think I'll be here all weekend. So Justin, to answer your question, I won't be on the watch along. I don't know if you're serious about that. But on Monday, one of us, the Bianconeri Zone, was asked to attend a Liverpool fan account channel on YouTube, and we decided to partake in it. It's called the LFC Transfer Room. The LFC Transfer Room. And we'll be going on their YouTube channel. Well, I will be going on their YouTube channel, and I'll be talking about Arthur. So if you want to join them, and it'll be 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock CEST. So 1 o'clock, I'll be going on with them to discuss Arthur for a bit. Should be a good time. It's a little interactive thing that we're going to be doing. It was nice enough to invite us on. So I'll be joining them there on Monday at 1 p.m. Justin's asking me an engagement party at 9 a.m. Nope. I have to do stuff before that. My wife has to get her nails done. And yes, I have to drive her to that appointment. Don't knock it. You can say whatever you want, but I will be watching on my phone while waiting for her in the parking lot. So I cannot join you. Justin, you are this. Seeker of Truths. Are you related to Zwiebek? Who is Zwiebek? I don't know. I don't know that guy. But again, look at the two teams listed above. Albanese, Agresti. Which one? Okay, I'll pose this question before I give you my predictions, because I'm going to give two predictions. What is the more likely lineup you will see tomorrow morning at kickoff? Albanese's team or Agresti's team? Which is more likely the actual lineup? Aldo saying you should do her nails for her, Julian. Grow your skills. No, I know, you're right. I'm going to be honest. That dude that does that paint, or not paints her nails. I don't know. I guess they paint, but they put on nails and stuff. The nail tech, he makes bank. He makes absolute bank. So I'm happy for his wife that she gets all the great nails too, but crazy. But yeah, whose team is better, Albanese or Agresti? And which one do you think is going to be more likely the actual starting lineup tomorrow? Seeker of Truth is saying he does FIFA videos on YouTube. So do I. Justin says, Julian, get her a car. Yeah, if she had her license, sure. If she had her license, I would get her a car. Jockey Bro saying I don't think we see Milik with Vlahovic, so he's going with Agresti. Home View is saying he's going with Albanese. Aldo saying it's crazy how much that stuff costs. Yeah, man. That guy makes bank. That's all I gotta say. If you are a female in here that gets your nails done, let me know how much your nails cost, because I'm trying to find a new nail. I'm kidding. And yes, everyone subscribe so I can get my wife a car. I still don't think that would be good enough because she doesn't have her license. So that would be a little mishap. Chocharo Bianconero is saying Agresti's lineup is more likely. Wait, what? Justin's losing his mind here. RDL saying Albanese because he's Albanian. That's fine. I get that. I think the most likely scenario is the Agresti. I don't know if I'm being hopeful here or wishful, but I think it is the Agresti lineup that will be starting tomorrow, only because we've been running a 4-3-3 this whole time. But then again, I can see why we're going to do a 4-4-2 again, because we did it all last year, and we're going into a game where we're soaking up pressure. Confusing. I don't know. I'll go with Agresti just because I'm wishful thinking. And now to give my predictions, I think if we start with Agresti's lineup, we will win 1-0. I think I'll go 1-0 with the Agresti lineup, and I'm going to say Bremer off a corner. Bremer off a corner will score a goal, his first goal in black and white. And then if the Albanese lineup starts, I think we'll drop points. I don't know if we'll lose, but I think we'll drop points if that starting lineup starts tomorrow for Albanese. So 1-0 win from a Bremer header from Agresti's lineup, and 0-0 I'm going to predict if Albanese's lineup starts. So there you go. Those are my predictions. Again, get yours in if you haven't already. If you are a member of the Bianconeri Zone and you have the access to the Discord chat, get your predictions in now. Or wait an hour before kickoff like Misak does and go off the starting lineup. Like, probably you all should. But it's more fun to predict anyway. Way before, because then it's more fun for gloating. But Jockey Bro saying, I think Fagioli starts with Big Mac and Lucca in the middle. That'd be a disaster. And Danielo says Paredes to start seems suspect. That's what I said. But both these guys are saying it, so I think he might start. And then Daniela goes on to say Fagioli starting would be a nightmare. I agree. I think there are 7 midfielders on the squad. There are 7 midfielders listed on the squad. I think he's number 7. Comfortably. And I know I'm not saying that in terms of talent, because I think he's more talented than McKennie. But I think Allegri trusts McKennie more. I think McKennie is a better... I gotta be careful what I say here. I think McKennie is more useful than Fagioli at this point. So, Fagioli is the 7th best midfielder on this team. Jockey Bro saying I just have a feeling. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. That will wrap it up for me and there for the preview time. Again, Fiorentina, always tough to play away at the Franchi. We haven't won there in Serie A since 2018 in December. Always tough. It's going to be a raucous home crowd because they take this game seriously. Tune into the watch along tomorrow. We are going to be having that. Justin, you're doing it by yourself, brother. I'm sorry to say. I got stuff planned. So I apologize. But yeah, thank you all for watching today. It's been the preview for Matchday 5. Again, if you remember, get your predictions in on Discord. subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video. We've done a really good job of liking today. We got 60 likes, even though our numbers haven't been as high. And I do apologize for that because the start of this video was supposed to be at 5 and not 5:30. But there was a lot of technical glitches and delays, so I apologize. But thank you all for watching. Follow Bianconeri Zone. No, Justin, we're not all bums. You're a bum. You didn't come here. You rather pick Lamar Jackson as RB1 instead of joining me on a preview. Anyway, follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Bianconeri Zone. Follow myself at Gennady151. Follow Justin Soforo at Justin Soforo. And follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ. Those are their Twitter handles. Again, thank you so much for watching and listening today. See you tomorrow. Well, Justin will see you tomorrow. Forza Juve, we got to get 3 points minimum. Ciao.